Hi everybody, good morning, good evening. We are here at InterNations in our Munich headquarters, and I'm Anastasia Rechuk. I'm learning and engagement lead here in InterNations, and also I'm responsible for the InterNations Academy. So thank you guys for joining us today, and welcome, very warm welcome to all of you who have joined us in your new role as a consul. So this is a kickoff, and in this kickoff we will try to address any issues, any questions you might have regarding your new role. So please feel free to post any questions in the Q&A app that you can see on your video streaming screen. And also today I have groups managers joining me from the InterNations team. So please welcome. We have Elena and Kathrin.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Elena. I'm really happy to join once again the Hangout in order to try to give all the support we can to our consuls around the world. And just for you to know, I'm the one taking care of our consuls in Asia, except China, and Oceania.
Yeah, my name is Kathrin. I'm also glad to be here again in a Hangout. I'm taking care of our groups in Africa, and I'm looking forward to hearing your questions and to supporting you with getting your activities.
Thank you, girls. For those who are watching us, please make sure that you watch us on Google Hangouts, as this will give you an opportunity to ask questions through the Q&A app. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, just click on the lower left corner, for you would be left corner on your video, and then it will redirect you to our Google Hangout page. As you might know from the description invitation I have sent you for this kickoff, we were expecting also an experienced consul, joining us today. But unfortunately, he has some technical problems. However, our groups managers, they're here to help you. Both Elena and Kathrin are dealing with multiple consuls, supporting them throughout their journey in different countries, in different local communities. So they do have hands-on experience from different areas and different groups. So feel free to ask any questions and we'll be able to answer them. So let's start. We already received some questions to our email as well as in our Q&A app. So I will start with kind of planning and inviting attendees to the activity group, managing the no-shows and things like that, because this is an important first step to have a successful start into your new consulship role. There is a question from Susie. She has a poetry group and had a request from a lady who would like to attend this poetry group but cannot afford the membership as she is unemployed at the moment. What should Susie do?
Yeah, I would like to answer that question. First of all, it's great to hear that you are already onboarding your new members and taking care of them. But unfortunately, like in any other business, of course, we have to make sure that people sign up for the premium membership if they want to take part and want to have a part of our product. So what you can definitely do is recommend her to use her free trials in order to attend your activities. She has 2 free trials that she can attend activities for free. And if she's really interested in taking part of the activities and would also like to give you a helping hand and support her, you can onboard her as a second consul in your group, and then she can take on a more active role and have the Albatross membership for free. Yeah, that's our recommendation in that case.
Thank you very much, Kathrin. That was a very good recommendation. I think if the person is really interested but unfortunately cannot afford for some reason, a co-consulship would be a great suggestion, and also for Susie, since then she would have somebody to help her out and make the activities more regular, and also the meetings maybe more organized, since two consuls can definitely do more than just one. Thank you very much, Kathrin.
I also added another question. She has 2 free trials. She asked how many free trials.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to address that. Yes, Susie, so the new members have 2 free trials.
Just make sure, like concerning the 2 free trials, that if somebody using the free trial signs up for an activity, but then he or she doesn't show up, the free trial is gone. So even though you didn't take advantage of it, you're losing it. So just make sure once using your free trials to really attend the activity and have fun.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Another question that's definitely something that we are addressing here a lot. There's Trisha. She is the group consul for diving in Singapore. And she has seen members posting on her wall. Are members allowed to post events of organized post events that are organized by outside associations? Do consuls need to screen through, or what is the best practice as a moderator? So I think that's something that we can definitely answer.
Yeah, of course. First of all, hi Trisha, because I'm your point of contact. And I saw that you already posted activities, so that's great. That's a very nice way to start. And concerning your question, yes, like all Albertus members can post activities in all our groups. That's also something that usually it's helpful, because some of the members are already like really active in the community. So maybe they post something in your group, as long as it fits the group topic is okay. And they also might get like some new members to the group. So I would say that's a good thing. We encourage also Albertus members that are not consul to post activities. About your question, if they can, the activities can be like somehow related to outside associations. For example, you're the consul of the diving group. So let's say, I don't know, there's a diving fair, because for example, if it's not diving season, then you can try to do other kind of activities, like always related to the topic. Let's say there's a diving fair going on in Singapore. So definitely everybody like you or either a member can post an activity to join and to go and see what's going on in this fair. Or I don't know, like a big, I'm not a diving expert, but just like, let's say like a big diving club, it's hosting a diving party. And of course, yeah, you're welcome to join it. The only thing that we should make sure is that, for example, the member posting the activity or any consul doesn't make any profit for it. Like it's not somehow promotional or business related, but as long as it is not, it's perfectly fine. It's like, yeah, and we encourage actually to do these kind of things, because sometimes our consuls, they run out of ideas. So whatever is, the city offers, take it. It's, yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's also asking if she should scan through or screen through the wall post. So your group is all about having fun for members, people sharing their interests and hobbies. So of course, we would really recommend you to make sure that it stays free of any commercial posts, because it will really distract members and draw them away from your group if it becomes too commercial, even if you yourself are not organizing anything that has a commercial background.
Thank you very much. So basically, the advice is to make sure that people don't post any commercially related posts or invites to other activities that would bring them money. But other than that, stay creative and try to have fun with what you're doing, and that will attract more and more right people into your activity. Thank you very much, Elena and Kathrin. There is a group council for tennis group in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I hope I pronounced the name correctly, Ui Jiaven. The council would like to conduct a survey to find out the group members' respective game levels in order to manage the group more effectively. So to organize the events, games, tournaments that would match different levels of consuls. What can the council do in order to conduct such a survey? Is there a possibility, or is there any other way to define the levels of preparation for this tennis group members?
Actually, I think this is a very interesting question, and I would like to encourage our consul to do a survey. I mean, I have one group in Perth. Perth is a tiny community, and I had 3 consuls right away, like before posting their first activity, conducting a survey. Like I think they used, I'm not sure which program they used, but then they post the link to the survey on the wall of the group. And they were just trying to ask members what kind of activities would they be interested in, find their interests, etc. So that was like really helpful for them to post their first activity. And although it's a tiny community, they did that, and they're like really successful now. People are joining, they're conducting like great activities, like really creative. And it's also, of course, something really nice because you're providing the members with the things they wanted or they asked you for. So yeah, like you can ask them, because you're a tennis group, so you can also ask them like which is like your level, your tennis level, etc. So that might also help you to maybe like organize tournaments, are you saying, or some matches like during the week or during the weekend, and like try to I don't know, like set up like different kind of teams based on their levels. But yeah, what you can also do, it's just set up an activity, not to go and play tennis, but to go and meet everybody who's interested, and then talk about all this kind of stuff, which is also would help you a lot. But yeah, I really encourage you to do that if you're willing to, because it has been proved that it's quite helpful for other consuls. And you can always like have a look in the professional working group in Perth, so you can see also how they do it, or write us and I'll provide you with the link to it.
I would also more recommend you to directly give it a try and bring the people together. What you can also do is look for other tennis groups and other communities. There's, for example, a tennis group in Cairo that is organizing rather small get-togethers spontaneously on the weekend, and they say, players of all levels welcome, we will try to match you. So what you can do is make use just of the functions the group has. If you post a tennis activity, you say, please comment under the activity what kind of level you see yourself at, and then we can try to match you when you are there. So I would give it a try and see how it goes.
Okay. Thank you very much, girls. There was a lot of very useful advice. And I think that also answers one of the questions that Rob from Budapest has sent us, because he is the counsel of the running group. And he would also like to ask the group members what activity would draw the most people. So he would like to rate what kind of activities would be interested for his group members, and therefore that's probably also what he can use as an option, either a survey or looking out for other consuls of similar groups and just exchange different best practices. As an alternative, you also can reach out to us in the headquarters and to your respective group member, manager, so we can help you out with information that we have at hand. So thank you very much. There's also another question from Rob. Unfortunately, it's more about the events, the official events, and we want to make sure that we distinguish a little bit what is activity, what is an event. But I guess his concern is connected both to the events and activities, about the rather poor record of people showing up at the event or at our activity in Budapest. What would be your general suggestions? I mean, we've talked about this topic quite a lot in the previous Hangouts. So if you guys who are watching us want to have more input on that, please check out our other kickoffs that are happening on a monthly basis with different group managers from InterNations team, but also with different experienced consuls. And then maybe there you can get even more information on some of the questions that might bother you. And as for now, we're going back to Rob. So what about managing the no-shows?
Yeah, this is unfortunately something that all social networks experience, all communities, all events. So our first advice would be to really take this into consideration. Around 20 to 40% of people that sign up for an activity do not show up for various reasons. So first of all, your guest list will probably be on the date smaller than the people that actually, or the people that actually attend will be fewer than the people that signed up for your activity. But one thing for you if you plan it. But what you can do to avoid this is, I think I understood that you are a consul for a running group. If you post your activity, make a real nice description, make it sound like you are inviting friends to join you for running, make it attractive. And then if people start signing up to your activity already, directly send them a private message, welcome them on board of your activity, say you're looking forward to meeting them. This makes a personal connection, and it is definitely harder to not show up for a person that you have already kind of a relationship with than just an anonymous consul on any social network. So this is one thing. And then, yeah, you can ask the people to confirm their attendance a few days in advance before your activity takes place, so that you can have a more exact number. Apart from that, Elena and Susan are currently working on a really huge table of advices that we have. So also for that, please make sure to contact us. We have a lot of tips at hand for you.
And I would also like to add that don't be discouraged by no-shows or by not having lots of attendees on your first activities. This is normal. This always happens. Which also leads me maybe to talk about the difference between taking over an existing group, which is already full with members, or a new group, which is empty because you just opened the group and nobody is a member yet. So then in this case, of course, you will need to keep posting step-by-step activities and keep attracting members, because like every time you post an activity, you can see that, like all the members see that on like the event section of the calendar, the upcoming events. So that's also a way to give some extra visibility to the group, and that's the best way I would say to give some extra promotion. But don't be discouraged. We had lots of consuls at the very beginning, like sending us emails, hey, Elena, Kathrin, I had 10 attendees, only 2 showed up, but now they're having like great numbers and they're super happy, they found friends. So don't give up. We were sure like people will come.
Yeah, and also what he's asking again, it's different for events, because events are bigger and it is more easy to just not go because you are lazy at night to leave the house or you have made other plans. But for smaller groups like a running group, I'm 100% sure that this will be different for you there, if you know the people personally.
Thank you, girls. I noticed that Rob also sent another note saying that do participants or attendees, do they receive reminders?
not automatically. They receive the invitations via email, but this is a question that depends on the notification settings they have. So it's difficult to answer that in general. But what you can do is send out personal reminders to people by sending a message to all the attendees on the guest list.
For events, they do. For events, they receive like automated like reminders. But for activities, as Kathrin already mentioned, we always encourage you to give it like your personal touch, because that's what keeps members like interested, and they say, oh, that's a nice consul. He's really taking care of all the members of its activities. So of course that gives you like, I don't know, I would like to join an activity if the consul is like writing me, rather than joining another one that nobody ever said anything to me. So,
yeah. And I can say that it really helps. I was just recently attending an activity of a Mexican culture group here in Munich, and the council for the group, she actually sent a reminder 1 week before, like get ready for this Halloween activity. And then also she sent a reminder on the day. So even if I was feeling a bit sick, I felt compelled to come because she was just such an engaged person. So I guess it really helps. Thank you, Rob, for your question on this one. And there is another one coming again from Rob. He has a lot of questions. I don't know if it's something that we can solve here at the headquarters, or we can establish some guidelines to that. The thing he's asking about is the dress code. So he's experienced that in Budapest, women will dress nicely, probably attractive, and men would not be so much dressed up. And if there are any guidelines, I know, guys, that we don't really have guidelines. Just come clean to the activity or to the event. So what do you have any experience with complaints about dress codes and how they were solved, or this is something that is only happening in Budapest?
I think it might happen in some groups, but this is not where we get feedback for. I think it's always like dealing with the location, making sure that it's appropriate for the evening you are planning. But then why not including a little message in your activity description and ask the people to adhere to a dress code?
Yeah, exactly. I think if you're expecting some kind of dressing up level, then you definitely have to set this expectation clear for the group members. Thank you. Amani just joined us, and with the question how to attract members to the activity group and how to make them assist with the activity. So I know you already talked about communication, making personal connection, trying to follow through with the process of reminders, sending them to the group members. But is there anything else you would kind of add onto that?
I think like right from the start, before doing before like sending private messages, the most important thing would be to have an appealing, not long activity description, but give it like your personal touch. Choose a nice logo, a nice activity picture that reflects what the activity is about. Use sometimes also, like for example, the comment section, the activity comment section. Also be active in the wall. For example, if you're a new consul, you can also introduce yourself in the wall of your group, just saying like, hi, I'm Elena, I'm the new group consul, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Send me your ideas if you have, or your feedback if you're expecting something to happen in this group. Maybe I haven't thought about it.
I would like to address her question more directly, even because she's joining us from Tunis. And Tunis is really currently building up a new community. It has been a troubled community for quite sometimes also due to political development here there. So really, if you have the goal to onboard new people, you are on the right track, I feel. So what you can do also is during your activities, approach members that seem to be interested in your activities and invite them directly afterwards. Connect with them online first and then invite them to become your co-consuls. Try to share responsibilities and come up with ideas together. Yeah, make sure to network your group at the official events. I know that your new ambassadors, they are also very much supporting the idea of activity groups. Just try to spread the word and encourage people to take on responsibilities themselves. That's my recommendation. And I'm very excited to see what is going to happen in Tunis soon.
Thank you very much. So I guess you're the group manager for the Tunis side. So Amani can see actually your face now. Thank you very much on this one. And since our time is approaching to the end, I would like to remind you of all different kinds of support that we are willing and eager to give you in order to make your consulship as successful as possible and to make sure that your activities attract as many good members as possible. So we do have our groups managers, as you can see. So get in touch with them, with your respective group manager. If you experience any difficulties, if you have any questions, we are managing more than 4,000 consuls across the globe. So we really know all different tips and advice that we can give you to support. Also, if you experience difficulties managing the big groups, get a co-consul. Make sure that you can find somebody you can rely on, and together it's even more fun and it's of course more efficient to manage the group's activities. There's also a big group consul manual that all of you have received in your welcome to your new consulship role. So make sure you look into that, and because there are a lot of information and a lot of good things that you can make use of to try to plan, post, host, and follow up on your activities in your local communities. So make sure you refer to that. Also, attend the official events in your local community and make sure you reach out to other consuls, even if they're not consuls of the same topics or of the same groups, just to kind of exchange on general things, see how is it going, what their good practice is in their groups, and maybe you can get some good tips and advice from there. As well as we have recently launched our new start page on InterNations.org. So this is another way we can support you in promoting your activities. So it's definitely pushing through the last created activity in the local community. And this is the way that we can help our new consuls to make sure they reach as many members who indicated this topic in their interests as possible. Am I correct? Would there be some additions to that?
Yeah, it is especially good to promote a new group if you directly post an activity, because then you will have the chance to be featured on the platform. And it is encouraging people to accept your invitation. So it's a personal display of activities that every member gets to see.
Just note that as you're the one posting the activity, you won't be able to see the activity on the start page because you're already attending it, so you already know about it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. So other members will get to see that.
Exactly. So please make sure to do that, and I mean, make sure to post the activities, because otherwise we won't have anything coming up on the first page. There is one last question that we can still address. We have like 1 minute left. is there a way to filter out and remove inactive members?
You cannot remove, like, if we understand correctly the question, there's no way to remove like a person attending your activity. There's no button or something that could allow you to do this. What we encourage you to do, for example, if as you're saying, some people sometimes are moving to other communities and they don't change this, or they don't remove themselves from the group, so you have them there, or sometimes they just forget, something unexpected comes up. So what would you say? Just send, you can send a message after the activity took place, and let's say to Kathrin, she didn't show up, and she didn't cancel like her attendance or wrote me about it, so I know. So I would just send her like a nice message, just like asking her, oh, everything is fine, Kathrin. We were like waiting for you. Well, hope to see you next time. Of course, what we also would encourage you to do is like add always like a tiny disclaimer on your activity post, like on the description, and just letting members know that sometimes also we have limited guest lists. So if somebody attends, one is willing to attend, but at the end doesn't show up, this spot, it's empty, so nobody was able to take it. So that's why it's important for you as organizers and to keep track of everybody coming. So yeah, like,
yeah, and if there are people from other communities in your group, I wouldn't be bothered too much about it. They might come back one day.
Yeah. Okay, there's one more question we can still address. Is it okay to charge participants, attendees of the activities? Is it okay to charge them for attending the thing, or is there some borderline where we should not cross to make not to make it commercial?
Yeah, you should definitely avoid asking for an attendance fee if this goes into your own pocket. So this is something that would make your group commercial, and what members will definitely also find out and very soon not come back anymore. Of course, if you have fees to pay yourself, like book a room or, I don't know, pay a reservation fee to a location that you made a reservation at, of course, make sure to split the costs with the attendance of your activity, but do not ask an attendance fee directly.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's also important to mention in the description of this activity that the cost will go to pay for renting a room or any other additional cost. So it's not like you're getting the profit out of this activity. We are doing this for non-profit. So what would be the one piece of advice that you girls would give our new consuls to get them to the best start possible in their new role?
I would like to emphasize that you should directly give it a try. You have decided to become a consul on InterNations. There were some reasons, you have ideas in mind, so go for it. Host your activities, go out and enjoy the activity you're having and take it from there.
Yeah, I would add just like post something that you would like to do. Like also you are the consul, so you also need to enjoy the activities. And if you're enjoying it, it's something people can see, so they will have fun with you too. And never give up. Don't give up if you take an activity. Yeah, I mean, we had some cases, and members that give up, others that didn't, and at the end they told us like, oh, thank you for like pushing me a bit more, because now I see,
I'm growing with the group.
Yeah.
So, as the girls already said, be prepared that maybe your first activity will be a bit not as successful as you could imagine, but stick through, and you will see that the reward is coming, because if you make sure that you have creativity in your activities, that you address the different ideas that members might have, that you're actually having fun with what you're doing, more and more people will attend, and you will find friends, and you will find people who are fun to hang out with during your activities. So stay tuned on our Google Plus page, InterNations Academy, for more this type of hangouts for the consuls. That we will try to give you more and more advice, and we will try to invite more experienced consuls to share their experience with you. But also make sure that you sign up for our YouTube channel, and you will be notified as well when the new hangout is coming up. So that was yours, InterNations Academy. Bye-bye.